David Garofalo of the Cigar Authority. You're listening to the Leaf and Ash Podcast, the cigar podcast that I listen to.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the new Tuesday night podcast, Sipping Smoke on the Leaf and Ash Podcast. As you guys know, I'm one of your hosts, Panda. And as you guys can see, I got my three compadres and our special guest here tonight. Before we get to them, let me introduce you to the crew. As you guys know, the guy on the top left, the one finger pecker sensation, the one and only JJ, aka Cigar. What up, Mutt?
Hey, what's up, you beautiful people? And Rob, I know you're out there watching.
Rob is somewhere out there.
Yep.
Hey, what are you sipping on? What are you smoking on? We'll do it all at the same time.
I'm sipping on some, what did I grab? I grabbed some Woodford Reserve Rye, and I'm smoking the My Father La Gran Oferta.
Well, guys, we know who this guy here in the middle, the bouginess of all bougie Don. What up, Donnie boy?
What's going on, everybody? So I am smoking the JT10 from none other than the His and Her Cigar Shop, sent to me by Panda. And I am sipping on some Elijah Craig Rye, but it's a special night for the Elijah Craig. Just got to let you know.
Wow.
So,
impressive.
Salud.
So Panda is always, busting on us. He's got a His and Hers cup. He's got a His and Hers cup. I have the only one ever made. His and Hers cup, baby. Look at that. Look at that there.
Nice.
Oh, funny.
Wow.
We'll take care of you.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
take care of you.
We can hook you up.
Don will take care of you, honey.
I was telling my wife that story, and she's like, "Get you a Sharpie and make you one on one of your cups."
What a way to start.
Priceless.
We got our own personal Waldo, ladies and gentlemen. PC, aka Silverback. What up, doggy?
AKA Silverback, baby. What's happening, people?
What you sipping on? You hydrating?
I'm hydrating, man. I got some electrolytes here, and I got the All Mac. Yes, sir.
Nice. All right, well, your boy Panda is smoking no other than the Busela and by Hayes Gray. And I'm actually sipping on today. I'm going light against that. There's some gin and tonic. So salute.
Out of the real His and Hers glass.
And yes, you like that, right? You like that. And ladies and gentlemen, our guests of honor, His and Her, Carmen and Luis. What's going on, guys?
How we doing?
Good. What are you guys sipping on? What are you guys smoking?
Okay, so I am sipping on a walnut old fashioned
By Penelope.
by Penelope.
Nice.
So it's delicious. And I actually finished my cigar and I forgot to
Yes.
drink one. But my cigar of the choice was the Plasencia Almafuerte
That's right.
green label,
Nice.
the natural.
Green label, I love it.
Yes,
The natural is really good. I absolutely love that.
yes. But I am sipping on my old fashioned walnut right now.
Nice. And you, Luis, what are you sipping on? What are you smoking?
I'm sipping on Elijah Craig, so I'm joining our friend Dan here. And I can't smoke it because it's part of our present. We bought a little present to do a little giveaway tonight. But cigar choice is our founding fathers, is our 250th anniversary cigar.
Oh,
So that's going to go in our present for you guys tonight to give away.
nice. So, guys, we are going to start the hashtag His and Hers. So, what do we got here? What we got?
The and sign or and? The word and.
And yes, always and. A-N-D.
All right, always A and D. Okay. I gotta get my Sharpie back out then. I gotta get my Sharpie back out.
Taking shortcuts.
God. So, guys, yes. So, tonight, Carmen and Luis, they actually are going to be giving away. What exactly are you guys going to give away to these guys here? So, they have a night.
So we will be giving away a humidor I don't know if I can
A
see
travel
that.
humidor.
I just don't want the cigars to fall off. And definitely because we love giving back and being supportive of our boutique brands, we have put a different, oh, I can see it right there, a different selection of our boutiques that we support, part of the TPA as well, including ours, just to give away. So humidor and cigars. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cigars.
Yep, we have $100 worth of cigars in there. So you'll have AT Fields, Maduro, Banff Area 51, Shafiat cigar, the 250th anniversary of his and hers, Hayes Gray Patriot, DBL Nica La Unión, and Esteban Cabrera, and that is a 10-year anniversary Chupacabra. And these are all cigars that you can find in our humidor.
Yes.
Awesome.
And our humidor.
Nice. Well, first and foremost, guys, we want to thank you guys for taking time. I know you guys pretty much just closed up shop not too long ago before you came on. So
Yes.
I know you guys have been busy. You know, let's talk about your lounge, you know, because I've been very fortunate. I've been there a couple of times, and there's always, you know, you have the pre and then you have the post. And I have been privy to the post that, as you guys know, Ish and I, we've gone there a couple of times, and the plan is always to leave by 9, 10 o'clock. And next thing you know, we're leaving at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, when
Well, 3 o'clock is kind of early. The last time it was almost
That's
4.
right.
So you
that
kind
is
of went
true.
up there.
Yeah, we did. And Ish was out the whole ride home because I drove that last time. Ese estaba roncando. That boy was peeling paint.
Oh yeah.
But guys, listen. You guys started His and Her. How long have you guys been open now?
As a lounge here in Florida since October of 24.
October of 24.
So, and you guys also had a mobile lounge before you guys had that. Walk us through the stages that you guys started that end up leading up to you actually opening up your own brick and mortar.
Ooh. So the way we started, it was actually a cigar pick. No, let me take a little bit further back. We started His and Her Cigars as just a regular page on Instagram. And what we were posting is different cigar lounges that Luis and I will go visit and experience the ambient. And, everybody has dreams. So we will put in our suitcase full of dreams what we will do, what we will not do, what we like to project, and kept those dreams in that suitcase. And then from there, we started doing cigar picks. And we reach out to different cigar lounge. And from there, the revenue started coming in little by little, buying the tent, making the cigar rolling table, meeting people along the line who has been able to take us under his wing, like Francisco Almonte, taught us how to hand roll cigars. And from there, we kind of start doing events, private events, weddings, corporate events, your typical vendors event. Anywhere you can put a cigar, we were there. And slowly but surely started growing. We were still having our full-time jobs because that was not our full-time job at that time. And one day we decided that we were going to put everything on hold because of family and moving to Florida because we moved from Pennsylvania. And little that we knew, without looking, His and Her Cigars Lounge came to life.
That's right. But she painted it very nice, right? So let's go back a little bit.
Know me except for Panda. So.
Let's go back a little bit. She said the pick was the pinnacle point of the company.
Yeah, there it is.
So when she was looking through these things, and she's like, "Oh, I would love this pick. I would love this pick for Christmas." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, perfect. I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
That's just why I drink.
So this pick came into the picture, and I'm all happy. I'm ecstatic. Every fella knows when you get that gift that they really want, you hit a home run. So she opened the box, looked at the pick, and goes, "I could do better than this."
I did.
I was like,
actually, my exact words was like, I can do better than this.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, wait, wasn't that what you wanted? She's like, yeah, but it looked better in the picture. I could do better. And then from there, Carmen's doing it, and she just still does. She does personalized picks for different fraternities and businesses, and you can see them at the lounge. And if there's something specific that you want, she'll work with you, and she'll do it from scratch for you. So it'll be a one and done. So every time that she does a new pick, it's whatever she does, it's just a one and done. So you'll be happy to know that you have a special pick that nobody else is going to have.
I don't like to repeat the patterns.
Correct.
I like to make something that is especially for you and you only. I may use the same beads or certain charms and color, but never the same pattern. I want it to be one and only for each individual, because I feel like that is so personal, and it's not only a statement and a conversation piece, but it's something very yours,
it's very personal, very personal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like our lounge as well. Carmen has a great saying, is like, we don't force things, and that's how we do the stuff. When we were up in Pennsylvania, we were really, we had gained a good following from our mobile events, and we used to do a lot of wineries and breweries and a few distilleries that we have in our area. So we wanted to open our brick and mortar up in Pennsylvania, but everything said, no, that's not going to happen. Like, it got so far really quick that we signed the lease. Yep. And the day that we signed the lease, that building got sold, and the new owner scratched the lease because he already had his own tenants. Oh. And that's when we went, you know what? Yeah. It's not time. Right. It's not time.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to acknowledge that, right? Because some other people, other people be discouraged. They'll get discouraged and be like, you know what? I'm done with this.
Yes,
so
sir.
when you guys moved from PA to South Florida, and you guys ended up in Cocoa, like, and you guys, where your brick and mortar is considered like the downtown area. Right?
That is, yes.
That is correct.
Okay. I mean, how did you guys end up finding that particular location? Because it's I've been there, and it's like it's a very unique little corridor, but like
Correct.
From PA to Cocoa, I mean, it's so different. I mean, everything in that particular area is so different than up north, the Northeast.
It is, that old saying, when you're not looking, it shows, it happens. That's exactly what happened. Honestly, we drove with our moving truck from Pennsylvania to here. We were exhausted. And one of the reasons why we moved to Florida is because of family. My mom is here, his mom is here. And it was just that time to be closer to our parents. So we park our moving truck in the driveway of his mom, and his mom has not been out in a couple of weeks.
Correct.
So we decided, let's get in the car and drive around. We didn't know anything about Cocoa Village. We knew and have some knowledge of Cocoa Beach because we used to have a little weekend getaway. So we drove to making random turns, end up in Cocoa Village. We saw a little sign, and I said, well, we need to find out how's the market in here when it comes down to let's find a job now. We called. We met with the landlord the same day. He said I could be there in 10 minutes. And we were just walking downtown. He opened the door. We looked. We didn't say anything to each other. We said, well, thank you very much. Closed the door. We went to bed. We looked at each other the next morning. And that's when we knew, like, are we going to do this? We didn't study anything. Nope. We didn't know the area. We didn't know if there was another lounge nearby. We didn't care. We just closed our eyes, took a gamble, and rolled with the dice, and let's do this. And that's exactly how His and Her Cigar Lounge was born.
And it's worked out because you guys have built a very big, loyal, customer base, especially particularly the downtown area. Because I would think that would be like a more challenging, particular location to build your brick and mortar, right? Because
it has been, yes.
Yeah. But I think that you guys, I think what attracts, I know for me, is your guys' hospitality. And I can honestly say it's second to none. I can honestly tell you that, and I'm not saying that because I tell you guys are our friends, you guys are family to me, and I got nothing but love and respect for you guys. But I respect the way you guys maintain and take care of your customers, because no matter who's there, you guys attend to every little thing, as simple as cleaning up to attending, walking people into the humidor, educating people in the humidor, which leads to my follow-up question, and then I'm gonna pass my, because I got a bunch of questions. But,
be careful.
Yeah, I know. But and the thing is that, and I'm gonna bring this towards you, Carmen, because as you know, I mean, it's still a male dominating industry per se, right? And but what we have seen is this massive movement of women smoking in the industry, which I'm head over heels over, because to me there's nothing nicer than when you go into a lounge and you see other women there. So you're like, you know what? I could bring my significant other and she's going to feel comfortable, because that's the biggest problem, right? Because, when you have an all male club, men tend to get a little out of hand and things get out of, especially with the vulgarity and stuff like that. But you guys have definitely have a very respectable environment. How do you, as a female in the industry, because you're very knowledgeable in the cigar industry as well, do you find it challenging when men come to the lounge and ask you, or do they even come to you and ask you for recommendations?
Yes and no. Yes, it is challenging because you don't know how or when they're going to give you that little open door on the conversation, if they decided to even answer any of my questions, or even the greeting part of saying, hey, welcome. They may not answer. They just stay quiet. They just think that, well, you're just there because you're there. So it could be very challenging, especially when you have more of the old school mentality, the OGs. That's the one that I have. And I get it. I understand, it is a man-dominated industry, but we are here and we will always be here. We were previously in history. We were there. We were in the factories. We were on the farms. It was just behind the door. And now it's up to a point that
somebody opened that door and didn't lock it. Please lock it, people. Please. That's how I lost my cigars.
I kick that down and I say, I'm here to stay. And now women's has a seat on the table. So to me, it's more of being patient, being able to just trying to make someone comfortable that they can talk to you, and then you can find that open door to walk into the conversation and kind of guide them, or what they're looking for, whether it's for them, if it's a gift, whatever the case may be, but just be able to find just that word, that little opening to engage and just be able to provide a better service, and trying to make them see that we do have a seat on the table, because at the end of the day, cigars don't have a gender. We all love it. We all get connected by the leaf. Correct. Or what I call my brown salad. So it's one of those things that it's very unifying. So to me, a cigar doesn't have a gender. To me, a cigar has a history, has a conversation, has a commodity, has a unification culture, from wherever you are. It's a big culture. So whether it's a male, female, we all bounded by it.
Yeah.
And there is some truth to that, because people, you'll be very naive to not say that women had a lot of influence in the tobacco, especially the cigar industry, for generations. I think, I don't know, I believe even to today, people in Nicaragua, in the factories in Nicaragua, the majority of them are females still. And that has a lot to do with their palates are a lot more refined than men, right? They're able to distinguish different, especially the color patterns of tobacco. So you can have that color coordinated box, But yeah, I have a lot more, because I want, unless these guys ask you the question in regards to Sisters of the Leaf and stuff like that. But I'll get back to that in a moment. I'm gonna pass the mic to my boy Donnie Boy. Go ahead, Donnie Boy.
Well, and to piggyback off your brown salad, I'm going to steal one of PC's lines. It's vegetarian friendly.
That it
sure is.
I'm a vegan at least twice a day.
So now I want to piggyback a little bit off of what we were just talking about, and I think you're downplaying a little bit to you guys' level. You guys, and I'm probably stealing one of Panda's questions here, but you guys were recently awarded, and Panda was lucky enough to be there. We were lucky enough to broadcast while you guys were there. The Sisters of the Leaf female-friendly cigar destination. Yes. And that was looking in from the outside, with the camera, that it was a packed house that day. You had and that's got to be a special thing for you guys to be awarded with that, because that inclusivity is what that's why we all gravitated to cigar smoking, is the inclusivity. And sometimes we as men don't think about, hey, inclusivity means more than just the guys getting together. you know.
Right.
And so I think it was special. And I got to say, you know, watching you guys work, even on a day where you're being honored, and you know, they had to pull you away from you know, bringing drinks and stuff just to come up there to get the award. So talk a little bit about that award and what that means to you guys, and how did it come about? How does that work?
So I joined Sisters of the Leaf in December 2024
Mhm.
as well. Actually, I didn't know about Sisters of the Leaf Global Movement. Luis told me about it. And he brought it to my attention, and he kind of said, you know, it will be a good thing for you to kind of explore and see what it's about. And I took his word. So yes, I do listen to the men. It's recording, right? I do listen to the men.
Did you mark that down on your calendar?
So I took a shot, and you know, I realized it was an international organization where they help other females and males as well, networking, giving you advice, you know, just look out for each other, what you need. The help is out there. It's up to you how much you want to work yourself into getting the achievement that you want, not just for yourself, but for the lounge, for ourselves. So I joined the Sisters of the Leaf, and slowly but surely I started getting involved with different organizations. Last year on May, I was invited for the Red Table by Cynthia Fuentes at the Cathedral to be one of the spokespersons on the cigar industry as a female, and what it means to me. In my end, as a woman, it is very achieving to have the lounge recognized as a woman-friendly destination, because I used to go to Cigar Lounge, buy my cigar, and walk out of there like there was no tomorrow. I never found the lounge, at least within the area I was living in at that time in Pennsylvania, where I could have felt comfortable, sit down, enjoy my cigar, and mind my own business. It always felt very intimidating walking into a lounge, and the fellows will look at you like, what are you doing here? Or she's just buying a gift for the husband. Like I couldn't be there. So I will buy my cigar, we'll go to the park or go kayaking, hiking, whatever the case may be, and smoke it. So for me, be able to have our lounge recognized, is a very rewarding, because everyone is welcome. It's very neutral. You just come, enjoy yourself, whether you're by yourself or with someone or in a group, it doesn't matter. You're more than welcome to sit down, not feel some type of way, not feel intimidated, and definitely walk into the humidor and have a better experience if you're looking for something that you're willing to explore and expand your palate.
And it was great to see, because it was something that her and I used to talk about all the time whenever we had our brick and mortar. It was to make everybody feel welcome, whether a male brought their partner, and even if she didn't participate and enjoy a smoke, but she could have a glass of wine or a cocktail or whatever, just making everybody feel comfortable at our place. It was very, like she says, very rewarding, but I was very proud to see that moment, because it was something that we talked about all the time. And it's something that we've done even from our mobile days, to make everybody feel welcome in our space. And I'm super proud of Carmen and her knowledge and how much she's grown within the cigar industry. And I always push her to keep growing. And you know, sometimes she humbles it down a little bit, but she's extremely knowledgeable. She blends very well. She rolls very well. And that's why we push that part of the lounge so far, especially down in Florida. It's a big boys club down here, and we're trying to break that whole stigma. I mean, and you walk into a lounge that you've never been before, and you can feel it right from the moment you walk in. All right, this is a boys club. And that's something that we're proud of, that as soon as you open the door and you walk in, you feel welcome, no matter what gender you are.
Well, and I'm going to share something with you, guys. My daughter's listening on here, and she just texted me, I want to go to Florida and check out their lounge, because I feel like that when I go into lounges.
Yeah.
Bring her.
Yeah.
Come pick up your glasses.
Yes. Well, she can pick up the glasses for you. But I'll give you a quick story. We were in the Carolinas. I don't want to say the lounge and stuff, but the way that the lounge was set up, they had all the guys, the chairs were in the middle, right when you walked in through the door. And when we walked in, I opened the door, I walked in first. I pushed the first chair to the side, so she didn't have to walk in through the middle of all the gentlemen that were sitting there, and we walked around it. And I kind of gave, I don't know if it was the manager or the owner, kind of like a sideways look, like, come on, dude, like, what are we doing here? And and even for me, I felt a little bit out of place, and we exchanged a little bit of a conversation. But as soon as we were done, we just picked up and left.
It was not the place for us as a couple to sit down and enjoy a cigar and just even have a conversation or just enjoy different lounges, because that's something that we do in our time off.
Correct.
We go to different places and support, because at the end of the day, this is how you collaborate. This is how, you get to know if somebody's traveling or just visiting in the area and be like, hey, go check out so-and-so place. It's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of food for everybody to eat.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, and thinking about it, even as a guy going into a new lounge is intimidating a little bit, because you don't know the other guys. They've been there. I can't imagine what it's like if you go in and you're automatically from the get go, you're not part of the club,
it felt like a catwalk. It felt like I was there to do the catwalk for all these gentlemen in the middle, and it was just not the place.
That's not what. So shifting gears a little bit. What is one thing that you guys have found since you've owned your lounge that you weren't expecting, whether good or bad, about owning a cigar lounge?
And that's staying at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, he never wants to leave. No, it's been really cool, and Carmen has people gravitate more towards Carmen when we get our rookie smokers or people that are starting their journey. We've had older gentlemen that actually have emailed us and made appointments just to come enjoy their first smoke. And we call them our kids, and because we see their journey and how they transition from a light cigar or something sweet and into a regular premium cigar. And Carmen has she has that motherly instinct that kicks in right away, and we see our kids grow, and that has been really, really rewarding, because it kind of reminds us of our journey as well, where we started and where we're at now. So I think that's been one of the biggest surprises for us.
Especially coming from males that has never smoked a cigar and actually wants to sit down and go step by step. What do I do? How do I hold a cigar? Do I inhale? Like your normal questions that you will ask when you have never picked up a cigar. So I always give them the options, like, Luis is here, in case you want to feel comfortable. And when they say, let's do it, I'm like, it's an achievement again, because we have people that have retired from work and they want to take cigars as a hobby because, they start playing golf. They want to make sure that they know what they're talking about or what they're smoking. If they're with other friends, and I feel like a proud mama.
Yes, she really does. She really does.
One of my least experience that it has not encountered as much, but at the beginning, it's like I mentioned before, the good old OGs. The mentality of like, I don't want to talk to you. You're a woman. I get comments as of today's day, but you a woman, or you too young. What do you know about cigars? I get people that usually when you buy a cigar and you want to sit down, we always offer, would you like a cigar cut, toasted? It's a service that we do for everybody. And, we get certain comments like, no, I can cut and light my own cigar because I'm an American. And they give me a straight face look, and it's yes.
Yeah, that was a very interesting day.
It's we get all kinds of comments.
The Panda. The Brooklyn came out of me that day.
Yeah. Real quick, boy.
Bet you that.
So
we get a little bit.
My last question for you guys before we hit our sponsor here. So talk a little bit about I know you guys are very involved in the TPA, and what has that meant to you guys, and the education and the stuff that we're doing with all that. How has that helped you guys out?
It's been a great experience. It puts us in contact directly with more of the boutique brands, right? Where the guys that are starting out or they're starting to branch out and they don't know how to approach other lounges or cigar shops or wherever they could put their product in. So it gives us a one-on-one with them, and it actually has helped us expose ourselves. Even though we had a nice following from up north, down here. It's a brand new chapter, so we're starting from zero again. So that one-on-one, and hence that's why we're giving away our humidor with the boutiques that we support. When you walk into our humidor is very different from everywhere else that you've been in. It's a smaller real estate, but everything that is in there, Carmen and I have tried. And if it's in our humidor, we back it up. So we could tell you about the cigar, we could tell you about the brand, why we believe in it. And if you smoke a particular brand that we don't carry, but we have one of these boutique brands like Haze Gray, Banff, and we feel that it's right on your palate, our cigars that we hand roll ourselves, then we guide you towards there, right? Because we're not selling a cigar, we're selling you an experience. So it's that's what we really concentrate on. And we've had people be like, oh, what's your most expensive cigar? And Carmen or I will say, well, where's your palate? And, you know, all of a sudden we find out that they smoke something mild and sweet. We're like, all right, well, we got to take you to the other humidor. And then, you know, and then we guide you so you can have a great experience. Because at the end of the day, you could buy a cigar anywhere. It's the experience that you take with you. And that's always been our motto since we first started.
Hey, Luis, can you do me a favor? Can you say it's all about the experience?
It's all about the experience, baby.
Thank you, baby.
And for my Spanish-speaking people, es todo por la experiencia, okay?
There you go.
That's it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pass the mic on, but before we do that, JJ, you want to hit one of our sponsors here?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Where'd it be? Here we go.
The ultimate luxury travel case, the Tuber Gordo Alumen, is the cigar enthusiast's choice for business, special occasions, and gifting. Crafted from aircraft-grade anodized aluminum, it matches lightweight portability with durable crush-proof and waterproof protection to preserve your best cigars wherever you go. Technologically advanced but simple to use, Tuber's precision airtight sealing system is activated with a push. Enjoy freshness and flavor up to 3 times longer than conventional cigar cases. The Tuber Gordo Alumen is finished with a premium ergonomic design and presented in a gifting box with a velvet carrying bag included. It is the perfect present for weddings, Father's Day, executive gifts, or travel abroad. Shop now at tuberstorage.com.
There you go, guys. That's one of our newest sponsors, Tuber.
Nice.
And definitely, we're gonna start giving them away. Actually, starting this month. Is that correct, JJ?
That's correct. They are all in.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, Donnie, who you passing the mic to?
Pass the mic to the mutt. What do you got, JJ?
Oh man. First of all,
Bring it home, baby. Bring it home.
First of all, thank you for being here.
I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
You know, I typically like to ask the wackier questions most of the time. Who is the better salesperson out of you two?
You trying to start a domestic?
No, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Help. No, I'll tell you, I don't think sales person is the right question, because again, we don't do a sale, just we give you a better experience. Right. So it's not like you walk into another place and be like, oh, what's your, well, what do you smoke? And I have an Andalusian Bull here. It's $40. You want to come and grab it, or I have a Deep Blue. It's a limited edition. It's 27. And it's not about selling you the high end price a cigar. It has always been about the great experience. So I think in that level, we're both equal. Now, if you want to ask who's the better roller or blender, I'm always going to say Carmen, because you guys are going to go away in a little while and I got to stay here. So that's always my answer.
Right.
No, but there's people that walk in, shush. There's people that walk in and they smoke brands.
Correct.
Instead of smoking cigars, which is a big difference.
Right.
And they come in with the mentality, oh, do you have Davidoff's? Do you have this? And they start mentioning brands. And by the time you start asking questions and getting to know a little bit of what they smoke and the blends they smoke, they end up with a sweet cigar, with a Connecticut. completely off from that. So that's why when it comes down to the sales, they can come in acting like they're gonna spend big bucks. No, they're not. You know, so that's why we want to focus that we give them the right cigar, because it is easy to walk out that door and never come back, versus giving them something that they can appreciate, smoke, and grow from there if they choose to do so, and come back to the lounge.
Which is totally opposite of what they teach you, right, in business. Or I mean, I've worked for other lounges in other states, and you know, everybody's owners and managers are, oh, it's all about the upsell, all about the upsell. If I personally, as a consumer, we don't like it. So for us to try to push it, it's not cool.
Right.
And we see that in other places that that we've gone into just to explore. There's other lounges that we support on our day off. We'll go and say hello. They support us as well. When they're off, they come and say hello and stuff like that. So we work very well together, and we give each other pointers. But with these other lounges, we haven't even seen that either. So it's kind of been on a little bit on the lower side. It's about giving you a great experience, and it's something really cool, because we've seen that they picked that from our side, right? We're less than 2 years here in Florida, and we were already in 2025. We were awarded Best Lounge of the United States from one of the Stogie Press, and then now we're in the running for Best Cigar Lounge of North America, and it's going to be handed out in Intertabak in Germany in September.
Yes.
So, you know, in the little bit of time that we're out there, that our name is mentioned with the big dogs is something, you know, very exciting for us.
Oh yeah, especially, you know, just a few years in the game, and you're already getting those accolades. I mean, you guys should be very proud of yourselves.
Yeah, we are.
We are. I mean, just the fact that we got nominated, to me, that's enough.
Correct.
I'm happy with that. I mean, just the recognition, because with the other lounges that is on the same category, I was like, wait, what? How can that be?
Correct.
You know, it just, you would never think of it.
Right.
But somehow we got there, and whoever put us there, thank you.
Yes.
And like I have mentioned before, we both have said, you know, if we do bring that cigar trophy home, that's everybody's trophy.
Correct.
That's not just the lounge, because that doesn't belong to us. That belongs to everybody.
Right.
You know, JB, I don't mean to interrupt you here, but you talk about educating. You know, if somebody comes in and asks them for that Davidoff or whatever, and I like a particular Davidoff cigar.
Please tell me it's the late hour. Please tell me it's the late hour.
I do like the late hour, but I like the Nicaragua is my favorite.
Okay. Yeah.
Davidoff Nicaragua.
You
And so
You
when
got
I came
sued.
into your lounge and I asked for that, and you said we don't carry that. There's a education part. If you like that one though, I got one for you. You know, come try this one. And to me, that there's a little bit of sales in that, but it's not really sales. It's more like, hey, if you like that one, I got one that's probably $12 cheaper for you. You know, you can buy 2 or 3 of them for what you could buy that Davidoff for, and it's going to be just as good. You know, so.
And the educational part, we never bring up the price, right? Because every area in the United States, we all get hit differently with the sales tax. I mean, there's some states that are incredibly out of control. So we never approach that. But if you're walking in and mentioning, you know, one of the big prestige brands, right? Because they're not even legacy; they're just on the prestige side, just because of their price points. We'll guide you to whatever we feel is closest, and 99% of the time, because the 1% is going to be on your palate. But I always bet on the house that whatever we recommend, you're going to have a better experience at that cigar that you used to smoking.
Oh yeah, you know, and me as I'm a house rep. So I go to.
I thought you were going to say you were a Republican, because I thought it almost slipped out. Almost slipped out.
No politics or
no, I know.
And you know,
that's one of our rules as well. No politics, no religion at the lounge.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
And you know, and as a rep, you know, I have I know things that I can go through when talking to a tobacconist or an owner. So looking at it from your guys' eyes, what's some things you wish reps would or would stop doing? You know, something you, because I'm sure you guys get belted over the head by them. Because me, I'm more of the, I want to tell you the story. I'm not the car salesman. I like to, I want to make, the tobacconist or the owner feel as comfortable as I hope to feel, walking in there. So what's a few things that, you've noticed that you wish they'd either do or stop doing?
I had to tell you from our days in Pennsylvania and encountering reps out there, they built a relationship before trying to do a sale. And there's some reps down in the southern parts that have done that with us now that we're lounge owners. And those reps get our respect quicker than the ones that are like, well, here are our cigars. There you go. And I'll call you next week, see what we could do. And like I said, we don't have a lot of real estate. So we work our humidor very differently from everybody else. We move stuff around. We rotate a lot of brands. And what we do is if there's a new brand that we don't have in our humidor, we'll try it out. Carmen and I, even though if it's not in our palette, we feel it has the potential to be appreciated by our clients. Then we'll be like, all right, you know what? In the next rotation, and we rotate brands every 60 days. There's some brands that make it. There's some brands that don't. They could be legacy or boutique. And then we'll be like, you know what? Let's make room for X brand. Right. Even though they might be known, they might not be known. If we like it, if we believe in it, then we'll bring it in. But what we found is that there's reps that have started building that relationship before the first sale. And then there's other reps that if we didn't pick it up immediately that day, we never hear back from them. They don't circle back. So it's okay. So you're about your sale and that's it.
Right.
But there are times also, I'm sorry for interrupting. But there are times also that the sales rep, let's say they were just in the area. And I get it. Sometimes, they travel a lot. So they got to do what they need to do. Mm-hmm. They also have a job that they need to get done. If we have a busy day, and it has happened, if we cannot make the time and you just happen to be in the state or in the county, you cannot make an appointment. Sometimes it's not that we're coming across rude, that we don't want to give you the time, but it's hard. Correct. We cannot just have a seat and dedicate the time to listen to the sales rep, to give them that also opportunity. But there are also days that they walk in, like Luis says, they will, honestly, he goes my car, there goes a sample packet, I'll talk to you. And they walk away. And we look at the cigars and be like, really?
Yeah.
They never come back. Mm-hmm. It goes months by. And then we get like a random email. Hey, did you check out that package? I'm like, hello?
I'm like,
what happened? Who are you? Like, which sample? Do you know how many packages we get, weekly, to try cigar? Like, I don't know. Exactly. Exactly. And it's one of those things that you just cannot, understand. And I get it. Sometimes they have to meet a quota. They have to travel a lot. They want to make it home to their family as well. They're tired. But guess what? In this business, you need to work it. At the end of the day, you have to work. If you want to accomplish something, you work. The one that sleeps, it's like I usually say, out of sight, out of mind.
Correct.
Point blank.
And I'm a firm believer too that people buy from people. They don't buy products. They buy from people.
Oh, correct.
And the product has to back it up, and you have to have a good product, but people buy from people.
Yeah. But we appreciate everybody making time and passing by the lounge. So that's why we encourage people like, hey, if you're going to be in the area, just give us a call. Be like, hey, I'm going to be there tomorrow or this afternoon. Do you guys have a little bit of time? And sometimes we do. And sometimes if not, we'll come in earlier and we'll make the time, because we respect everybody's time, right? Like you guys respect ours. So we want to give that back to you. I don't want you to just come in and then be sitting in a corner and I come to you for a second and then I leave and I come back to you. And that's, for us, that's not cool. So we don't like to make anybody feel uncomfortable that way. And plus, even with our family members from the lounge, when they come in, we sit with them and we talk and we smoke a cigar and we'll take care of people. And then we come back to the conversation. And that's just we treat people the way we like to be treated.
Absolutely. I like to say is, when I walk into a lounge, I have to sell myself first. Mm-hmm. I mean, there has to be that connection first between the owner or the tobacconist. And, and it's, the first sell's hard, but the second sell, in my opinion, is the hardest no matter
Correct.
what. And, I just came off of about a 1,700-mile sales trip. And, ended up, going through Kansas and went up to Wyoming for the, what was that called again?
Rocky Mountain.
Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival. And that was crazy. And then I drove completely the whole width of the state of Nebraska and hit a couple shops. And I'm finally home today. And boy, let me tell you, I'm jet lagged. And that's that's a lot of miles for a guy like me, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, I appreciate you guys coming on here. I'm gonna pass you guys over to PC.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure having you guys on, man. And I would like to thank you for coming on and thinking us, a lot about sharing your experiences with us here at the Leaf and Ash. And
Thank you, guys.
just to make a point that you guys touched on, my wife is a smoker. And when we first got into smoking cigars and stuff like that, we would cigar hop. We would call it cigar crawl.
Mhm.
And we would experience some of the same things. The guys would look at, my wife like, okay, who is this lady walking in with this guy? But what I did as the man and as her husband, I escorted her into the lounge with my confidence.
Correct.
I cut her cigar for her because what I look at, there's a certain amount of sophistication that ladies bring to the lounge that most men really need to calm us down. We have a tendency to watch ourselves when the ladies come to the lounge. So, I commend you guys for, reaching out to the ladies and walking them through the process and stuff like that. So, my first question is, when the tariffs came about, how did your prices of your cigar change, and what did it do to your business? Did it elevate or drop the amount of traffic that you guys were seeing at that time?
Actually, the tariffs really didn't hurt us because we understand the breakdown of the tariffs. There were some legacy brands that went a little cuckoo, and it was a little bit upsetting to see.
Right.
But it really didn't. Cigars went up between, because you always got to add the shipping and all that stuff, and small, especially smaller lounges like ours. Sometimes we deal with third parties and stuff like that. But cigars probably went up max $1.
Right.
Now we've been into other lounges that we see the same cigars at $3-4 tops, which is a little crazy. And they say about the tariffs, and it's funny because we educate our clientele. When we go through changes, we bring out the changes. This past week, there was a change in tariffs, right? The Dominican Republic went from 10% to 12.5. Nicaragua, which had gone to 18% in the beginning of the year, had dropped down, and then they went back up to 12.5. But the prices never came down once they hit 18%. So there's no changes on Nicaraguan tobacco. So I'll be extremely upset if our friends in Nicaragua do some changes in the United States. And we know all the legacy brands that come out of there, but they shouldn't be any changes. So when there's changes on our end, especially for us on the smaller scale, we're very transparent about it.
Right.
And we say it, be like, hey guys, this is happening, this is coming down the pipeline. And we talk about it in the lounge, and Carmen talks about it, and then the craziness, the new government or the government in Nicaragua and what's happening in Honduras. And we talk even about, the dumbass laws that they put over there that, the trucks can't go over 25 miles an hour for the whole country. And, like we get into that detail. And that's part of the stuff that we also discuss in the TPA. So information that we find out, we're extremely geeky. I drive her crazy listening to stuff over and over again and new information. And but we're very informed, and that all that information we bring forward to our clientele as well.
Yeah. So how do you educate your customers when they come in? Some may bring their own cigars and then buy a few from you, and they may talk about the prices. So how do you go through the process of educating them when they may complain or bring the price points up or whatnot?
I think we're extremely competitive in our prices. We're not gougers like in other areas, but we have our lounge rules everywhere so everybody can see it. So, we don't accept outside cigars. For those that bring outside cigars, we educate them immediately. We have a cut fee. So you can smoke whatever you want. Just, if you're not going to bless the humidor, then you got to pay the cut fee. Same thing. Like the other day, we had a gentleman walk in with his own beverage and he just wanted a glass of ice. I'm like, okay, then I'll charge you for a drink. It's like, but there's other lounges that do that allow that to happen. And it kind of hurts our culture because then we look like, the bad guy. And it's like, no, smaller and you can, for those of you who are always comparing the websites to brick and mortars, it's like comparing, White Castle to Longhorn. It just doesn't matter. You can't compare it. We all got an incredible overhead, and all these websites are owned by one company, and they're the Walmarts of the world. Right. So yes, you could buy 30 cigars at 5 cents, but we can't do that. Right. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but there's some OGs that still remember when a cigar was $3 or $4, and that's not our world anymore. Correct, but we're we go about it that it's okay. One of our guys actually is one of our lounge members.
He became the ambassador.
He is the ambassador actually.
I didn't even know we had an ambassador, but we now have an ambassador.
There it is, right here.
Yes. Mr. Justin.
And it's funny. And I appreciate you guys bringing up the way that we treat people. We had somebody give us a 1-star review on Google. They loved, they loved the environment. They loved how they got treated. They loved the service, the cigars, the drinks. But when he wanted to refill his lighters, we have a refill fee, obviously, because everything costs money.
Right.
So we charge him $3 to refill his lighters. And he was upset that we were charging to refill. And I'm like,
you take us money.
Okay. I was like, it's not like I'm in the back,
This is the thing.
So you know what I want to say. You know what I want to say. I'm just going to keep it PG.
We get it.
The thing is that, every lounge is different. Every lounge where you go, they have their freebies. Yes. Hell yes. They have the freebies that comes apart. But there's this stuff that we also do. And we don't do, we don't charge whether they're members or not members or just visiting. Sometimes even people that are visiting and we don't have the cigar and they want to try anything that lives on our hand roll, or if we actually happen to be rolling that day, we roll something. We gift them. We don't charge them for that cigar that we were just hand rolling at that moment. So, every place is different. At the end of the day, a lot of people have the mentality, like different lounges, they allow you to smoke cigarettes, vaping, bring your own everything, and all you got to do is sit down, enjoy the air conditioning and the conversation. Well, guess what? In our lounge, we have overheads, like you mentioned, and it's a different type of ambient that we want to make sure that we keep intact in order to keep a place enjoyable and pleasant for everybody to come in, sit down, and enjoy. And if we allow all these X, Y, and Z's, then we're just gonna become a bar, or we're just gonna become a place to hang out. And even though in a cigar lounge you can have your cigar culture and your community, that doesn't mean you have to be at a level where I love when people say, "Oh, the Cocoa Village needed a place like yours, but we don't want to pay, we don't want to support." So then, how are you supposed to stay in business? How are you supposed to stay afloat? Well, so it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like a big example that he always says, you don't go to a restaurant and bring your own food.
Right.
Well, and two things you said earlier, or one thing you said earlier, one thing I want to mention, like you, Luis, you said earlier, our family, our family says something. You didn't say our customers. You said our family. And that means something to me.
It is. It's our,
Dr. Oscar.
It's our cigar family. We our members and non-members as well. Sometimes we feel like we more than the person that you are buying the cigars from.
Right,
We sit
right.
down, we listen. Sometimes we have one-on-ones, and they are clients or family as
Correct.
well. That
Right.
Luis will sit on the side and will just, vent. And they come to us with every problem in the world, and it's just, sometimes you just need somebody to listen, and we happen to be us.
And our cigar family, you can see they keep popping up and
Yes,
saying
like
hello. Tim and Pam. Yes.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
We
Oscar.
support the lounges no matter where they are, who they, who owns them. But I'm glad that you guys take that approach of making family with the people in your lounge.
Well,
And
and a quick anecdote, real quick. So the lounge that I'm a member of,
mhm.
they hosted a cigar pairing or a whiskey tasting one night. This gentleman emailed him and said, "Hey, I got a group that wants to come in. We want to do whiskey tasting, blah 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 blah." And the lounge owner said, "Yeah, great idea. Just when you come in, the only thing we require is that everybody buys a cigar or pays the cut fee, and." So they get to the end, and as a matter of fact, they moved some of the non-members. They actually have a member section and a non-member section. We actually have an exclusive lounge, So they moved some of the non-members over to the member section just to make room for these guys. And at the end of the night, they didn't buy any cigars. They used the lounge the entire night with that, and they didn't buy a single thing. And they don't. It's a BYOB lounge, so they don't serve alcohol. So they bought nothing. And so he went up to the end of the night and said, "Hey guys, our agreement was that." And they got all mad. They packed their stuff up and they went and left a 1-star review. And I'll tell you, every member of that lounge and even non-members jumped on that review and said, no. And that meant something it actually brought the owner to tears, saying, "You guys supported me when somebody attacked us," kind of deal. And this culture
it's our golden rule, right? I mean, because it happens, right? Even us, we'll go and we'll want to visit somebody or visit a new place just to see what they got going on. But we have a particular cigar that we want to smoke that evening. But you got to bless the humidor.
Yep.
Right. And some people think, I bought a drink. I bought a soda. Well, no, that's not their meat and potato. The meat and potato is a humidor. So if I'm going to smoke one, I'm going to buy two. If I'm going to smoke two, I'm going to buy four. It's just, it's the unwritten rule. And that's part of, and we talk about that on Tuesdays. Carmen and I do our Talking Tuesdays on our Facebook. And sometimes we'll bring that up, and sometimes we'll bring up something that happened at our lounge. And like I said, our members and people that come in to our lounge become our family. So we'll talk about
we bent.
Yeah.
We bent to our cigar family.
If something asimine happens, we're talking about it. It doesn't we don't sugarcoat it and be like, "Can you believe this?" And we'll share what happened, but then we'll share our view.
Right.
And then we'll hear, because, the client is not always right, but neither is the owner. So it's always good to have that balance. And and we'll be like, "Hey, this happened," like the 1-star review, and it's funny because, Carmen becomes the FBI. She starts investigating. And, we just know that this guy gives bad reviews all the time. He gave a 1-star review to a church. So now I don't feel bad that he gave us a 1-star review. So
he does, Panda. He does. Yeah. Look him up.
So
I know you got this.
We'll
yes.
And I'm not just talking just to say something. When we bring something up, we have the facts with us. So but we'll share. And then somebody, sometimes I've said something and one of our guys or gals will be like, "Well, X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I can see that part."
See the different perspective and the different view. Constructive criticism is everything. And I think one of the main things we stand behind is communication. Whether we're talking to our family, whether we're talking to our cigar family, it doesn't matter. I think at the end of the day, communication is the key for everything. If you don't talk about it, you don't know about it. And that's just the way it is.
No, I get it. So my very last question for you guys is, what's new for you guys, and are you looking to expand your brand?
Yes and yes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
there is a little plan. There's a little plan.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
Same person.
Right.
So if you're not built for it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
if you know, there's just an old saying, you know, it got to be hard to work with a significant other. Yes, it is. It's very hard. You know, it's extremely hard. Boy, wait till I get you. Wait till I
More
get
so.
you. No, but it's true. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Help me. Help me.
Let me help you.
Help.
Watch it.
Somebody get that man a glass of water.
He got whiskey. He be
Yeah, that's
all
right. Help me. Oh, help me, Lord.
But no, with that being said, I'm gonna pass it back up to Panda and thank you guys for stopping through, man.
And also to add on your question, for those other lounges that watch these shows and like our name a lot, just know that our name and our logo is completely trademarked federally,
Yeah.
not just locally.
Yeah.
Just because
we
we
have to send a couple of cease and desist.
correct. So
Ah,
we are in it for
Yes.
the long haul. We've worked our butts off very hard,
Yes, you
and
have.
not to say that if you want to use it, you can always make a call. We can always work a deal. You know, this is business. But at the end of the day, just remember our logo and name is federally trademarked worldwide.
good deal. Good deal.
Mm,
Good business.
It's funny because people will walk in the lounge and like, oh, I love her so much. And I'm like, in the back, I'm like, if you should see her fly off the handle. You know, normally
I do have kicked out people out of the
Normally-
lounge, I swear.
Carmen is and I gotta say I've learned to control more of my temper. Carmen will be more the enforcer immediately. If I get to that level, then the shit has really hit the fan really bad. So
Right.
I normally, you know, I kind of bring myself back a little bit. She handles the situation a little bit better. And she'll be like, no, and then she'll go forward. If I got to get to that level, then we've escalated to a different level, and she'll let me take the lead, and then you know things get a little bit more serious at that point.
Basically, I take the trash out.
Correct.
That's what comes
Correct.
down to.
So Carmen leads the way on that, and then and, you know, but it's like everywhere else. You know, you got people that'll say a comment. We had a gentleman a couple of come up. And she'll tell me, you know, just, you know, let it slide, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, and then I'll bring it down a notch. But I'm like an elephant, right? I keep taking tabs. And, you know, once that page is full, then I'll move forward. But yeah.
Yeah, now you see.
But normally, you know, she'll become the enforcer first. And then if I got to step in, then we're in a different level and things, take a different turn. And even Panda has been there with, you know, I'll come up with really off the wall comments, whether we're outside, inside, it you know, and that story you could tell them behind scenes.
Yeah, quit. Dude. Don't sleep, man. Do not sleep on this guy. But yeah, guys, listen, we greatly appreciate you guys coming on. And where we are in the hashtags.
Show them the cigars, baby. Show them the cigars. And we did this pick of cigars just so you guys know what's in our humidor. Also, so you know, and these are brands that you can find in our humidor all the time, and people that support us and we support back. And just so they know that we're supporting them, even the ones that haven't called us back,
Yes.
that are still in our humidor.
Yes. Salud.
Salud.
Salud. Yeah, salud. Yo, man. All right, guys. Well,
You know that was coming.
We're at 20.
we're at 20. All right, well, let's go then. Let's see who's going to be the winner of this great His and Hers Travel Humidor. And what is it, 7 cigars you got in there?
Yep, there's $100 worth of cigar, and plus our special Founding Fathers, which is our 250th anniversary cigar. Nice full body cigar from His and Hers.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well,
And by the way, that's the last one. We didn't.
Yes.
We sold out of our. We did 2 blends for the 250th anniversary, the Betsy Ross and the Founding Father, and that's the last cigar that we got left. So lucky you, whoever's gonna get to enjoy it.
Nice.
all right. As you guys know, we roll the dice 3 times and the third one is the actual winner.
Let them know that it's not with the and sign. You have to write the word A-N-D.
Yeah, his and
yes,
hers.
yes.
Yes.
That's you, Black. I'm calling you out, buddy.
So I'll give you a few seconds to get that.
Yeah, I'll give you a few more seconds. There you go. There you go.
You guys are brutal.
Yeah, that's love, man. That's nothing. That's love. But
that's our ambassador.
yeah, that's all.
Really,
listen,
literally.
that guy has followed us, and I mean, everywhere we've gone, he has gone with us, and we got none. But I sent him his son. He loved my panda hat, so I made one for his birthday, and I sent it to him. He's out of California.
Nice.
So, Solomon there. I sent him a nice hat. All right, you ready, JJ?
Yeah, let's get her.
All right, let's do it. The first non-winner is
Round and round she goes.
To comment on. There he is.
There he is. Well, Carmen, I'll send you his address. If you guys don't have it, I'll send it to you guys.
Yes, please.
Definitely, guys. Once again, we appreciate the support. Thank you guys for being our first guests on our first Tuesday night. Because as you guys know, we switched from Thursday nights now to Tuesday nights. Kind of Thursday nights kind of got a little inundated and a little packed.
Yes.
So, let's move on. Let's go back a little bit and
please make this the first of many appearances with us, man. You guys are a great guest. Yeah.
Well, we closed out even a little bit earlier just to be on with you guys. So because we normally close at 8:00 on Thursdays. I mean on Tuesdays. So thank you for having us on.
No, thank you guys. Stay on while we wrap up so that we can talk a little bit afterwards. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that all notification bell. So every time we go live, you get notified. And as you guys know, we like to do these pop-up late night episodes. And sometimes we just chop it up just to talk. And we got football coming up soon. So we got we got some guests coming up that I got lined up for us, people in the profession. So stay tuned and we'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. As always, guys, we love you. We'll catch you on the next one. As I say, peace.
Thank you, guys.